Hello and welcome back to another Big Finish review. Just a quick video today to tide you over till my next big project. Today we're going to be looking at An Eye for Murder by Una McCormack, featuring the Sixth Doctor and Perry, once again played by the great Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. We also have The Word Lord, the Seventh Doctor story starring Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred as Ace, and Philip Oliver as Big Finish exclusive companion, Hex. Think of him as the original Rory Williams. These stories are part of two of the monthly range anthology sets. Instead of one 4-part story, the release is split into 4 self-contained 30-minute stories. These episodes are currently available for free on the Big Finish website, with both complete sets being on discount, along with the rest of the anthology sets. So just to clarify, this will be a review for An Eye for Murder and The Word Lord only. An Eye for Murder sees the Sixth Doctor and Perry arriving at an all-girls college on the eve of the Second World War. After being mistaken for a crime novelist, Perry is asked to investigate a series of disturbing messages that are being sent to one of the doctors. Ruth, played by Jessica Knappett.
I'm almost embarrassed, but it seems that one of our number has taken it upon herself to express her distaste towards another of us in a most vicious and unappealing manner.
What do you mean?
A series of unpleasant communications, all anonymous.
Poison pen letters?
Indeed.
Directed towards the same person? Who?
The unfortunate Dr. Horvitz, a gifted physicist, but one who suffered a great deal of personal misfortune.
Such are the times we live in.
Quite.
With war being declared, Ruth's harasser becomes more desperate, attacking her in order to discover her secret, which could end the war before it's even begun.
I'm very sorry to disturb you.
Ruth, are you all right? Come sit down. What happened?
Somebody came to my room. Came up behind me while I was walking. Miss Perry, they tried to kill me.
With this particular setting and time period, the story tackles several issues such as sexism and anti-Semitism, with the women at the college all being divided by their contrasting opinions and political views.
That ghastly little man, Hitler.
I suppose you prefer Comrade Joe Stark.
Better him than Hitler, Mariah.
Ladies, enough!
What have we learned? You've been holed up in here all day, and I've hardly spoken to anyone since the morning. As if they all suddenly have something else on their mind.
Well, we've learned Dalton is a communist.
Have we?
And we've learned Backhouse isn't.
How does that help us?
I'm not sure yet, but it's interesting.
There are some light-hearted moments, with the Sixth Doctor being put into the assistant role as Perry takes the lead of the investigation.
Not usual, you know, to have men stay.
Oh, don't think of me as a man. Just the Doctor.
My dear man, we're all doctors.
Oh.
Think of him as my assistant. He's a dab hand at typing.
Perry.
We kind of come as a package, Dr. Featherbridge.
Oh, very well. I suppose we can find a corner. But he's not to wander about, though.
You got that, Doctor? Don't go wandering off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I ought to talk to Dr. Horvitz.
And while you're doing that, what do you suggest I do?
Make yourself useful. Go and type something.
And the wretched woman marched me back to my room and lurked outside until I started typing.
I wish I'd seen that. Which one was it?
That one, over there, Dalton. Thanks to whom I've found out nothing more about these energy readings. I have, however, decided to write a novel. Only a minor one, but at least a novel.
However, the story doesn't shy away from discussing the struggles of women and the Jewish community at this point in time.
So, you don't know any reason why Ruth Horvitz would receive this kind of attention?
The reason's perfectly clear. Dr. Horvitz is a Jewess.
I'm sorry? You mean she deserves these letters?
No, I didn't say that. I gather you've been in America. Europe has changed. We live in divided times. Some people would be happy to see us more divided. Have you spoken to Dr. Dalton?
No, I haven't.
When you do, ask her about her politics. Ask her whose side she's on.
I've got to give credit to Jessica Knappett. I mostly know her from her comedy work and appearance on Taskmaster, so it's strange to see her in a serious role for once. But that being said, she does a really good job here.
Dr. Horvitz, there's only one way out of this room. So how did you elude your would-be assassin?
I was lucky.
Lucky?
If one is in fear for one's life, one gains a certain strength. I pushed past and fled.
I see.
Why do you think there's been a mistake? Is there something else going on? To do with your work?
I can't speak about that. Shh.
What is it?
The door to my room is open.
Don't you leave it locked? Oh, good grief. Someone's done a thorough job here.
Everything is gone.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. My notes, my work, everything, all gone.
Overall, a pretty good short story. Now onto the Word Lord. Unlike the previous story, which is more character-based, I can't go into too much detail without spoiling some of the plot points, but I'll give you a brief summary. The TARDIS brings the Doctor, Ace and Hex to a secret military bunker in the Antarctic, and naturally the whole being suspected as spies routine comes up.
I'll ask you again. This is a maximum security military bunker, and nobody gets in without clearance. How did you do it? Who are you working for?
And I'll tell you again, Captain Hurst, I'm self-employed.
We just arrived. He's the Doctor, I'm Ace, and this is Hex.
I know you won't believe this, but we're the good guys.
Don't take me for an idiot.
World-changing events taking place, and a murdered delegate, usual stuff.
A delegate is murdered and 10 minutes later you three turn up. Is that supposed to be a coincidence?
It's always a murder or a war. Why do we never blunder in on, a really good party?
Yeah, it's almost as if the TARDIS is programmed to hone in on trouble.
Of course it isn't. Don't be ridiculous.
Shut up!
So pretty soon you won't just have a room full of delegates accusing each other of murder, you'll have whole armies.
And events escalate across the planet. I think it would be a good idea to find out exactly what happened to Mr. von Gratton before those soldiers arrive.
The Doctor is thankfully recognised and put on the case to solve the murder. However, things won't be as easy as normal, as there seems to be no suspects and no possible way that the victim could have died.
Von Gratton passes the guards and goes into his private room, where we lose CCTV. Exactly 4.5 seconds later.
What was that?
The guards rush into the room to find Von Gratton shot in the forehead and the heart. The room's empty.
And that's as much as I'll say, as the story goes off in an interesting direction that is better off not spoiled. What I will say is that the title character, the Word Lord, is portrayed amazingly by Paul Reynolds.
So, dead or alive, I'm coming with you, is that it?
No. The Daleks want you dead. They don't like the idea of you alive one little bit. Now, the Cybermen have put up a decent reward for you too, but they only want your brain. So I was thinking I'll take your brain out, and then I'll meld your head back together so the Daleks won't know. That way everyone gets what they want. Well, apart from you, obviously, you'll be dead with your brain missing.
Something you should know is that while it's a self-contained story you can enjoy on its own, the Word Lord is a key part of the Hex story arc in these audios, which is why you can usually purchase it separately from the rest of the set. Just something to keep in mind. Overall, a great murder mystery with an interesting twist. These stories are a good jumping on point if you're not too familiar with the audio format. Both stories are only about half an hour long and are really well paced. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this and other videos that may interest you. Also remember to like and comment the video, and if you enjoy my Big Finish artwork, you can find and follow me on Twitter at the above links, where I regularly post stuff. That's all for now. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.